Hi guys, FPL Posty here, posting my first official video here on YouTube. I just wanted to come on and post a little video just to tell you who I am, what I'm about and how my FPL season is going so far. Well, as I mentioned, I'm FPL Posty. I have been posting content on Instagram for most of this season. I shall leave the link for my Instagram page on my YouTube channel somewhere so you can go and check out the content that I've already created this season. I've come onto YouTube basically because it's difficult to post some of the content that I want to on Instagram. So I've come onto YouTube to mix it with some of the big boys of FPL content creators on here and see how I can do. Well, we're having a decent season so far. Let me quickly scroll down on my screen. And as we can see, the all-important figures, I am currently 64k overall rank, which is fantastic. I normally try and get to 10k because that is obviously the benchmark for top creators. It's been a struggle this year, though. It's been well noted that there's a lot of managers this season. As each season comes and goes, and the content creators create more stuff on YouTube, there's more managers that join the game. And I think at the start of the season, there was just over 10 million managers playing FPL. Now, obviously, that figure drops off as the season goes on. Managers lose interest. You get a lot of casual managers on there. So active-wise, I'm going to show you a little hack in a minute to show you how many active managers are actually on FPL at the moment. But the point I'm leading up to is, for season after season, the benchmark has always been the top 10k. Personally, now I think that the bar has been moved slightly because of how many managers play the game. I think really now, if you are in the top 100k, that's the new top 10k. So that was the target I set myself at the start of the season. Obviously, we are smashing it at the moment at 64k. We're doing really, really well. In regards to my mini leagues, I'm doing quite well in most of them as well. I'm going to quickly show you my Game Week 27 team. Obviously, Game Week 27 has just finished. I'm recording this on Thursday afternoon. So Wednesday night's games that Brighton and Brentford were involved in were last night. This is how my Game Week 27 team finished. Ray in goal with 9 points. Estupinan with 9 as well. Same with Ben Mee and good old Mr. Reliable Trippier with 5 points. Red Hot Rashford and Saka were a little bit disappointing this week, to be fair, with just 3 points apiece. Martinelli saved my Saturday by chipping in with a goal. And then the Brighton boys of Matoma and March, with their double game weeks, went into double figures. Haaland, the absolute machine and monster that he is, chipped in with 6 points for a goal. And Captain Ivan Toney. It seemed like everybody captained Tony this week with him being on a double game week. He went in with 26. I can't look at this screen without mentioning my bench. A lot of big engaged managers had a lot of points on the bench this week. There was loads of people posting about, you know, they're 22, 24, 26. Well, I had 27 on my bench. Majority of that was from Gabriel of Arsenal. It was a no-brainer, really, to play Trippier over Gabriel, basically because obviously Newcastle were at home against a low-scoring Wolves. Newcastle have turned St James's Park into an absolute fortress this season. And obviously with Arsenal being away from home, there was always a chance that Craven Cottage that Fulham might snatch a goal. So ordinarily, you would be absolutely raging at the fact that you got so many points on the bench. But don't worry, loads and loads of people had tons of points on the bench. It was the right decision to put him on there and play Trippier. Plus, we got 101 points. So we got a 3-digit haul. Who cares if there's about 50 points on the bench? It doesn't matter. So that was how my Game Week 27 team panned out. I'm going to show you quickly what my plans are for Game Week 28. Now, obviously, it's a blank game week. So we're going to have to shift some things around. I'm quite pleased with how my team's looking at the moment. Ignore March and Matoma. I'm well aware that obviously they haven't got fixtures this week. I've got 2 transfers and I'm going to go through who I'm deciding to swap them for in just a minute. On the bench, I've dropped Haaland and Rashford onto there. It would be absolute suicide to get rid of Haaland at the moment. I know a lot of managers are because he hasn't got a game this week, and also Man City haven't got any double game weeks either. But the guy is an absolute cheat code for FPL. He's managed or held by 80% or over 80% of managers in the game. So if you do get rid of him and he bangs against a team, which he is highly capable of because he picked up 5 against RB Leipzig the other day, didn't he, in the Champions League, he can destroy any team. Now, if he does that and you don't own him, that's your FPL season over. So as boring as this is, you have to own him. It's a little bit like last season when Salah was doing so well. Everybody had Salah in their team. And although it was boring having him, you had to have him as kind of like an FPL insurance policy, so that if he did bang, you didn't get left behind all the other teams and managers that had him. It does really mean that each week you are only picking 10 out of 11 players, because obviously Haaland takes up one of the spaces in your team. But unfortunately, that is how FPL works sometimes. So do not get rid of Haaland at all. Rashford joins him on the bench as well, because Man United have got some really good fixtures coming up. In the weeks coming, they've got a double game week as well, and he's in red hot form this season. And also on the bench is a Stupinan as well, with no fixture coming up. So I just mentioned March and Matoma. As you can see, my team is looking okay, all apart from Trippier. They're all playing at home, and they're all playing against teams that are struggling, such as Leicester, who are having a poor season, Bournemouth, who aren't doing great, Palace can't score a goal to save their life, and even Trippier away from home is against Nottingham Forest, so there's a chance he could get assist returns there. So March and Matoma, I wasn't going to get rid of them purely because Brighton have got a heck of a lot of double game weeks coming up between now and the end of the season, but we don't know when they are yet. So what I'm planning on doing is swapping Matoma out for James Maddison. Now, hear me out. Leicester are performing rubbish this season, but they always look capable of scoring a goal. And when they do, it's normally, if he's playing, James Maddison that has something to do with it, either a goal or an assist. He's on set pieces for free kicks and corners as well. And obviously, every attacking play is running through him at the moment because Tielemans is out injured. So he will be coming in for Matoma. There was a lot of discussion between a couple of players for who to bring in for March. I looked at Chelsea players, I looked at Aston Villa players, but I'm going to go with another Leicester player purely because it's a massive differential as well. And that's going to be Harvey Barnes of Leicester City. Now, again, hear me out. He's only owned by 1.6% of all managers, so he's a huge differential. He's a bit of a frustrating own for FPL managers because when he bangs in the FPL, he normally does really well and everyone jumps on him and gets him in the team and then he just disappears. But with Leicester's fixtures coming up soon, they've got a double. They obviously play this week against Brentford, which is a tough game away at Brentford. But as I say, Leicester are capable of getting goals. Then they've got a double. And then after the double in game week 30, they face Bournemouth at the King Power Stadium. So really, Leicester midfielders are the best of a bad bunch. So that's my plans for game week 28. I'm going to post up another video very soon. Probably a bit more of a confirmation of what I'm actually going to do. The deadline is tomorrow at 6:30. So it'll probably be tomorrow morning when I post up. But thanks for listening to my plans. And if I don't see you soon, I hope all your arrows are greener than a vegetarian's dinner.